Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit! You have no answer. So we're done. Thank you for your time, Feck.
Hey, Darth, can I ask you a question about, can you ask me the question you asked him about how I know there's no God?
Are you an atheist?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, why?
Because he hasn't revealed himself to me. I know he's revealed himself to you, but he hasn't done it to me.
Okay, so how did you determine that all the facts that you're acquainted with are not indicative of God?
I've never had need of a God in all the
Okay, yeah,
evidence.
Don, listen.
Yeah.
You really got to up your game here, okay? Because that answer you gave me is the kind of answer that an adolescent would give me, okay?
Okay.
Now, Don, you will either make a determination that all the facts that you're acquainted with necessitate referencing God, or we could say that you've decided that facts are indicative that they derive and depend upon God, or not. Okay, that's a true dichotomy. Now, have you decided that facts depend and derive upon God?
I've decided that they don't.
Okay, how did you determine that facts ontologically are independent of God?
Well, in order to have a fact, you have to have evidence, and there's no evidence.
Okay,
No evidence.
Okay, listen to me carefully. When you say there's no evidence, you are simply recapitulating the same claim in different words. You're not giving a defense of your position. You're just simply recapitulating the position in different words. Do you realize that you've done that?
I don't realize that I've done that.
I just explained to you why you
Yeah.
did. Okay.
Well,
When I ask you, how did you determine that facts are independent of God, and you say because there's no evidence for God, you're simply recapitulating the same claim.
If my honest answer is really
Don,
that
are you understanding my critique?
Yes. Yeah.
Good. My critique is rock solid. You are simply reformulating or recapitulating the same claim in slightly different words, but you're not defending the claim. Have you determined what is ultimate, the source of all possibility of facts, and that it's not God? Have you determined what that is?
Yes, it's most likely some natural thing.
No. See, when you say likely now, that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you determine. What you're now doing is you're making a guess. So you haven't determined it. Now, what is it that is ultimate, that is impersonal? What is it?
Impersonal, I would say reality itself.
No,
is
sir.
ultimate
Yeah, okay,
and impersonal.
Okay, yeah. All right. So what you're saying is the sum total of all real things simply exist without God. How did you determine that?
It just hasn't been revealed to me. I know it's been revealed to you, but it's not been revealed to me.
Don, you're giving me another teenage answer again. Okay. I've been doing this for 10 years, and when atheists get cornered and they don't know what to say, then rather than admit that they've been defeated or admit I can't respond, then what atheists do is just what you've done, is you simply regurgitate atheist cliches. Now, how did you determine, since you said that reality, the sum total of everything, just simply is without reference to God? How did you determine that?
I think through personal experience.
Don, how old are you?
I'm 49.
Okay, Don, you're 49 years old. You couldn't possibly appeal to experience to determine that all of the particulars of existence are eternal in and of themselves. That's foolish, Don.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I know
you're making a grandiose claim that all the fundamental particulars, whatever they are, just simply are eternal and independent of God. How did you determine that, Don?
Well, just through science, listening to physics,
Okay, Don, that's a non-answer. That's a generalization avoiding defending the claim. How did you determine that, Don?
Well, it would seem that everything that is natural
No,
is
no,
more
no,
likely
no,
than
Don,
something that's
stop.
supernatural.
Don't give me it would seem, because
Okay.
sometimes things that seem to be a certain way are not that way. I want to know, how did you determine that the substrate of particularities in existence are each eternal and exist independently of God?
Well, it's a good question, Darth. I appreciate that. I'm thinking.
Do you
I
have an
really don't want to
answer?
give you an answer.
Do you
Yeah.
have an answer to that?
No, I don't have an answer right now.
So
I
you're
need to think
making
on
it.
that.
So you're making a statement of universality without a rational basis. Then,
I would say I really believe that reality and something
Don, did
natural
you
is more
make a
likely.
statement
But
of universality?
I think so. Yes.
Good. Now, if I assert to you that God exists for whatever reason, that too is a statement of universality. So the God world is a statement of universality in that God is the eternal creator, and everything that is not God derives and depends upon God. Now, if you say that the sum total of particularity exists eternally without derivation from God, that too is a statement of universality. Okay?
Okay.
Now, do you reject the claim that God exists as a statement of universality?
I don't reject it. I
Yes,
believe
you
that is
do,
a
because
statement.
so then you do accept the existence of God as the concrete universal, the creator of
Oh,
all particulars.
oh no, I don't. I don't.
Good.
I
Then
don't.
you reject that universal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I do
Do
reject
you
that.
reject do you reject that universal because it hasn't been rationally justified?
It just hasn't been revealed to me like it has to
Don,
you, and I wonder
you're
why.
repeating the same adolescent cliches. I ask very specific and circumspect questions. Do
Yes.
you reject the universal that God is, that He is the creator of all particulars that are not God? Do you reject and deny that because it hasn't been rationally justified?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I would say
Good.
yes.
Don, then the only other position that you can have is the universal of the not God world. Okay? Both are
Okay.
both are positions of universality. Now, what is your rational justification for your universal that all particulars are independent of God?
Because God would be something above nature that we can't prove, and nature is something we can prove. That's why I lean toward the natural more likely than the
No,
supernatural.
no, you can't talk like telling me that it's likely does
Yeah.
not demonstrate that it's the case.
So you're revealing to me that I understand my
Don,
language
Don,
problems with using
the not God
um
scenario is a universal. What is the rational justification for the universal that all fundamental particulars exist independently of God?
well, I think that the universe is lawful. I know that. I know that we can
Don,
probably
Don,
compromise on that.
what is the rational justification for the universal of not God?
I would say that could you ask that a question again, please?
What is your rational justification for the universal that we will categorize as not God? That all discrete particulars that are fundamental simply exist eternally and independent of God. What's your rational justification for that, Don?
The information that's been presented to me by scientists about how old the universe is and what we can
Yeah,
see and what we can study.
Don. That is an abysmal, pathetic response.
Okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
science cannot rule God out. How could it?
You can't study the supernatural, right?
No, science. First of all, science doesn't say anything. Scientists say things. Are you referring to a consensus of scientists?
I believe a consensus of professionals is not a fallacy.
Okay. Don, you need to stop giving me these cliches. Don, how did you determine the universal of not God?
Through the consensus of those scientists that you're talking about.
Okay,
We didn't have a
Don.
study
Now,
nature.
okay, listen to me, Don. Now we're done conversing because
Okay.
you've just made it painfully obvious to me that you're resorting to lying in order to stay alive in the conversation. You are now lying.
I can be honest with you. I am giving you honest answers. I'm trying.
No,
I
Don.
enjoy
No,
your
Don.
conversations, and
With
I'm
your
trying to.
last statement, your last statement was a pure fabrication. There's not a consensus of scientists who, number one, assert there is no God, nor is there a consensus that they have some theoretical construct that there's no God. So you're lying, Don.
It would just seem that they're saying that there's no need for it.
No, Don. So you're lying, Don. Now what you're saying, no, there is no such a consensus. It doesn't exist. You just made that up.
No. I'm just yeah. Well, most scientists say that there's most likely nature.
Okay.
And
No,
not supernature.
that is a lie, Don.
Well, why is it a lie?
Okay, show me where this is where the majority of scientists advocate materialism.
Well, when any of us were in school, did we learn that God was in the sciences?
Okay, Don, you are a very deceitful person. Okay.
No. I'm being very honest.
Don, no, okay, Don, listen to me.
Yeah.
There is no on record consensus of scientists where when you say consensus, are you talking about a majority?
Yes, I'm in talking about a majority.
Okay, where did the majority of scientists stipulate that materialism, which would be in effect atheism, is true? Where's that?
Right. I guess that would be a more philosophical thing other than the
Don,
scientific.
where did you get that a majority of scientists put into writing that materialism is true?
I don't think that scientists would do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you were lying, weren't you, Don?
No, I wasn't lying. I think I'm.
Okay, Don, listen to me. Listen.
Yeah.
How old did you say you were?
49.
Okay, you're 49 years old and you're lying like a dog 14-year-old?
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you are lying, Don. Hey, Don, I'm
Yeah.
60 years old. I wasn't born yesterday. You're lying through your teeth. You're making up a number of statements, and then when I question you about them, you try to wiggle out of it, and you don't even give even a half-hearted defense of it. You're lying, Don.
This is actually the first time I've ever been on Discord.
Okay, all right. Hey, Don, have a nice night. You're lying.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, I am
A few moments later.
Yeah, I actually came in to offer him to debate Tjump again, and I would pay him. But then he messaged someone and said that he wouldn't do it, so I just didn't.
Don, are you the guy who's friends with that other girl who would? She said that you were offering $1,000.
Yeah, I would definitely pay him $1,000 to.
No. Look, we gotta talk. We need to direct that money to someone else. Like Tjump. First of all, Tjump will do it for free, right?
Yeah, Tjump, y'all. I sponsor all Tjump's content. I have a group in Georgia, and so I sponsor all that content. I'm just a fan of Darth's argument. It makes me a better person to listen and try to debate it.
No, it really doesn't.
Well, I mean, I enjoy. I believe he's got something to say, and I believe it's the actual best Christian argument.
Same thing he always says. It's a one-trick
I think
pony,
it's
and he's disingenuous and rude as they come.
Who else would you guys say that Darth would debate rather than Tjump? Or I know he doesn't want to be J-Mike.
Probably Matt Dillahunty.
Yeah, Dillahunty.
Matt's gonna be about $5,000 to get.
Really cool for him to debate.
No, he's not.
No, I think Matt does.
No, look,
Matt is $500.
Look, you're thinking of like some kind of formal debate, but if we approached Matt or the right person approached Matt, like we even have people that work with him, like J-Mike or something, and we said $1,000 for 90 minutes on Skype, that's probably doable, right? $5,000 is for like an appearance in a formal debate.
Yeah, I agree. Well, maybe I can. I mean, I'm in with a small community the Tart guys, the rest of them. I mean, I know all these people. So J Mike, I can
Wow.
have them
Wouldn't
ask
Jesus
a
be
question.
so proud of his followers?
We all
Well,
know
I
Darth
don't
I
know.
mean,
is not in it
actually,
for the
He
money.
hasn't
Though.
revealed it to me, so I don't know.
I
Darth
think
is not
that
in it for
the
the
money is actually probably not going to be the bottleneck with someone like Matt Dillon. It's probably going to be more like he's already been on record as saying he doesn't want to interact with them. So
Yeah,
many
yeah.
real
Matt
true
doesn't want to
Christians,
interact with Darth
it's
at all.
hard to take.
Yeah, he doesn't want to interact
Um,
with Darth at all because he feels as though it doesn't give him anything. It doesn't give Matt anything. So he's probably not going to interact with him. He's
I
rising
think
in
you
his
should.
popularity without it.
I think another good one would be Jay Dyer because they're kind of terrified of each other.
Oh, you mean Jay Dyer and Darth?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know who I think would be interesting for Darth to debate would be Aaron Raw. I could just see those two like screaming down each other's throats.
Right.
Aaron might do that though. He may do it because he
No,
doesn't have as many
let me just
viewers
stop
as
you
he used
there.
to.
No, like, look, they had a debate that was going to happen,
Yeah.
and a guy from my server sent one of the videos to Aaron Raw before the debate happened. It was going to be hosted by a Canadian Catholic, and Aaron, this person supposedly says that Aaron said, "Thank you very much for sending me this," and he canceled the debate.
Oh, really? Oh, so he got the money and then didn't do the debate.
No, there was no money
That's-
involved. They were just going to debate.
They were just going to debate. Okay. Yeah.
I think Darth could take Aaron, man. I really do.
Yeah, probably.
But it would
Well,
be,
because of his style. Yeah, that
extremely-
forceful
it would be
style.
extremely interesting because they'll probably both drop F-bombs on each other, honestly.
Well, I don't really think it would only be interesting in like the fact that Aaron is probably going to get triggered or Darth's going to get triggered, but probably
Yeah.
Aaron more so. But Aaron is not like
That'll be exciting.
really philosophically minded, so I mean Darth could probably edge him out there. But I mean, like Aaron Rod deals mainly with like evidential arguments.
Hey,
Yeah,
Don.
he
Sorry about
I-
the noise.
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, Don. I'm sorry he called you Lara. I didn't think that you were lying. I think
No,
you
I know.
tried
I
your
knew
best.
how he is. Thank you, man. But I while he was talking, I was listening to his question, and the rest of it I don't hear because I've listened to him while I work every day for so long, about a year and a half ago, that I saw that the style that he uses is to get his question out and also to intimidate the other person. So it works. It's a really good, kind of a fun style to listen to, and I enjoy it. But I like also listening to what he's saying and try to improve my argument. And I find myself yelling when I hear someone else talking to him into the microphone, like I'm gonna like. But then when I get up there, I'm like, oh.
By the way, did you get that Tom Rabbit?